I don't want to be 20, not even a tiny little mouse bit. Why is the best thing you can be at 48 a convincing imitation of something that you were 20 years ago? 20 was the rough draft of someone who had no idea what she was even capable of yet. The real power that we have, ladies, it's not in defying age. It's in rewriting what age even means. But underneath it is this idea that 20 is still the prize, that everything after that is just "40 is not the new 20. At 20, I could stay out all night, get home by 6 a.m., shower, be out the door by 7, and work a full 8-hour day completely fucking on. I could do a full face in 10 minutes and still look cute enough to get a free drink at brunch. But now, oh, the times have changed. Now I have a 12-step nighttime routine, and I'll end a friendship if you try to interrupt that. I've had a full hot flash mid-conversation and maintained complete eye contact the entire time. I know. It was Oscar-worthy, honestly. I have opinions about peptide layering order, very strong opinions. And when someone says to me, hey, let's do shots, they better mean collagen. But here's the thing. I don't want to be 20, not even a tiny little mouse bit. At 20, yeah, I had the skin and I had the body, but I had absolutely no idea what to do with it. And I was also broke, so there's that. Bless her heart. 40 isn't the new 20. It's better. It's the version of you that finally knows what she's working with, that invests in herself like she means it, that has stopped apologizing for caring about how she looks. If you ask me, 40 is the new permission slip. And honestly, it is about damn time. Hi, friend. I'm Cynthia Garcia, and this is I'd Like to Thank Myself. And today we are talking about something that I just can't stop thinking about, something that happened recently to me at lunch. And I haven't been able to shake it. No, not the food. It was not the food. It wasn't even the conversation, really. It was just one thing I said. One thing that just popped out of my mouth. I hadn't planned it, and I didn't realize just how much I meant it until it was already out there. So that's what we're getting into today. Oh, and full disclosure, I'm going to cuss. I want to say fuck and shit and probably even motherfucker. I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us. But you've been warned. So if you're going to watch this, don't be running to the comments asking me not to cuss. Part of being 48 is no longer valuing opinions that ask me to change who I am. And no, you don't have to talk like I do. I've had this mouth since I was a little kid. You can do you and I'll do me. Cool? Cool. All right, let's move on. All right, so I'm going to tell you the story. So I had lunch with a friend and I hadn't seen her in a while. And she's looking at me the way people do when they haven't seen you in a while, right? They're doing the math, they're kind of, running the algebraic equations, And she says to me, Cynthia, you are aging backwards. You literally look 20. Now, I want to be clear. I do not look 20. I know what I look like at 20, and this is not that. But I'm absolutely taking it. No notes. Thank you. Next. And so I said to her what you're supposed to say. I said, oh my God, thank you. You're so sweet. As one does. And I meant that shit. I actually didn't mean it. But then I said something that I hadn't planned. I said, oh, but thank God I am not 20 years old again. I didn't know shit at 20. And I meant that. And I kind of caught myself off guard. I meant it so much. And here's what I've been sitting with ever since that lunch. Me at 20. At 20, I thought I had it all figured out. I was confident in the way that only someone who has not yet been humbled by life can be confident, which is to say aggressively and also incorrectly. I did not know who I was. Let's tell the truth. Did you? Did you know who you were at 20? Like, had you just arrived and no? Come on now. I was performing a version of myself that I thought other people wanted. I was making decisions on what I thought I was supposed to want. And I was trying so hard to seem like I had it together that I had no room left to actually get it together. You get it? I took everything personally. I would crumble under criticism. I thought I had to live up to other people's expectations of me, which means I was a hardcore people pleaser. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're like, nope, you're on your own here, champ. I don't know. And the beauty stuff, Lord, I had no idea. Like none, no idea. I just thought, oh, I'm blessed with good genes. I was not blessed with good genes. I was washing my face with whatever was on sale and calling that my routine. Out here treating my skin like it was just going to take care of itself forever. Spoiler, it does not. The point is, 20 was not the golden era. 20 was the rough draft of someone who had no idea what she was even capable of yet. I say that with love. So when you look at someone or they look at you, more importantly, and say, you look 20 as a compliment, and I know they mean well, I genuinely do. There's a part of me that wants to say, why is that still the bar? Why is the best thing you can be at 48 a convincing imitation of something that you were 20 years ago? And you say, Cynthia, you are taking this way too seriously. She meant that as a compliment. I know she did. I love the compliment. This is not about the compliment. This is about the bigger sentiment, the bigger meaning behind 20, again, being the golden age, being as good as it would get. And here's where it gets interesting, because I don't think we actually want to be 20. Like, am I wrong? Do you want to be 20? See, I think we want to be something else, but we've just been handed the wrong language for it. 40 is the new 20 sounds like a compliment. Like I said, it's meant to be one. I get it. But underneath it is this idea that 20 is still the prize, that everything after that is just decline management, that the best you can do in your 40s is to look like you haven't gotten there yet. And we've been trained as women to receive that as good news. And I guess the point is I'm just not interested in that framing anymore. Now, sure, I want to look good. I want to keep investing in this face and this body and these hormones and all the other stuff for as long as I'm alive. As you know, if you watched my last episode, I spent $1.3 million figuring out what actually works. And I'm not done spending. That's not going to change. But I'm not doing it to look 20. I'm doing it to look like the best possible version of 48, which for the record looks nothing like 20 and is considerably more interesting. Hey, real quick, everything that I'm spending money on, every product, every protocol, every cost, I documented it. I know, I wrote that shit down. And if you want to know what I'm doing and how much it costs and all of that, then I would say to start with a free guide that I put together for you. It's called The Actual Cost of Staying Hot AF Over 40, and it breaks down everything. The link is in the description. You can go grab it. Or if you want the full living guide, the full living list where everything I use and everything I do, from devices to peptides to hormone protocols to makeup and so much more, that is in my list, which is also in the description. So go check those out. If they interest you, hop into them. Okay, back to it. See, something is happening right now with women over 40, and I don't think we're talking about it enough. So let's talk about it. Because again, something is happening, and I don't want us to miss it. Here's what's happening. You're like, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. Women are taking back the conversation about aging. Not loudly, not with manifestos or movements or marches, just quietly and firmly, and one refusal at a time. Refusing to disappear, refusing to apologize, refusing to perform gratitude for still being allowed to exist in public. I see it everywhere now. Women getting stronger in their 40s, not softer. Women changing their appearances however they want. Fillers, no fillers, gray hair, bottle blonde, whatever feels like them. And they're doing it. This is the important part. You ready? They're doing this without asking anyone's permission or caring what anyone else thinks. Women investing in their skin, their bodies, their faces without a single ounce of guilt. Finally finally taking care of themselves and refusing to feel bad or wrong about it. Like, fuck yeah. For so long, we were told that caring about how we look was vain, that spending money on ourselves was selfish, that wanting to feel beautiful at any age was, especially over 40, was desperate or delusional. I mean, again, fuck that. It is okay to want to look as good as you feel. It's okay to invest in yourself. It's okay to take up space, take your time, take care of your skin like it matters, because it does. And so do you. And this is the part that I really want to land clearly. I want to land the plane on this runway because I think that we've been reaching for the wrong words. This isn't about 40 being the new 20. This is about 40 being a new 40. About 50 being whatever the fuck we decide that it is. About finally understanding that age is just a number and we get to choose how we experience it. You see, the real power that we have, ladies, it's not in defying age. It's in rewriting what age even means. You see, I think 40 is the new permission slip. You with me? Listen, permission to be whoever the fuck we want to be, regardless of what that number is. The permission slip that we didn't even know we needed until we had it. And there's one more thing before we close this up, because this is not just about us. And this is the part I really want you to hear. This is not just about us. This is also for the women coming up behind us. You know, I think about our daughters, our nieces, the young women in our lives watching what we do with this chapter. And every time one of us refuses to fade quietly, every time one of us invests in ourselves without apologizing for it, every time one of us says out loud that we don't want to be 20, we just want to be ourselves at any age, we're rewriting something for them too. May they never know the stories that we had to unlearn. May they inherit a world where none of this needed to be rewritten in the first place. And until that happens, we are going to keep writing. You know, you may know this. I am the founder of a skincare company called Rewritten Beauty. And this is exactly why I built it, because what you put on your skin after 40 should be built for who you actually are right now. Not designed for a 20 or 25-year-old with different skin, different hormones, and different needs. It was made for you. And everything I share, every protocol, every product, everything I figured out, spending more money than I'm going to tell my accountant about, it's all in service of this one idea, that you get to look as good as you feel, that nobody gets to write this chapter but you. So what have you stopped apologizing for? Drop it in the comments. Start with, I'd like to thank myself for, and finish it however you want. Let me know. I read every single one. But first, a toast. Do we do a toast? It's my favorite part of the show. I'd like to thank myself for taking that compliment at lunch. All of it. Zero shame. We don't leave compliments on the table, ladies. I'd like to thank myself for what I said after and for meaning it, for not performing gratitude for something I didn't actually want. I'd also like to thank myself for the 12-step routine, for the money spent, for maintaining eye contact through a full hot flash like the absolute professional that I am. I'd like to thank myself for every year that I've earned, for the wisdom that only comes from going through it and choosing to stay, and for finally knowing the difference between who I was and who I am, and being completely unwilling to go back. And I'd like to thank myself for refusing to call 40 the new 20, because the truth is, it is so much better than that. It is the new permission slip. It's the moment you finally stop asking and start being. It's the new freedom. So to who we were, to who we are, and to the icons we are becoming, for that and so much more, I'd like to thank myself. Cheers.